In the world of indie animation, there have been many projects that have made people famous, or given them a fandom. For example, has been Hotel, Lackadaisy, or Long Gone Clutch. All very popular indie animated pilots that have gathered huge audiences. But what if I told you that there has been an ongoing animated series with an animation quality on par to the aforementioned pilots? Well, that title must go to Ongezellig, the internet's most popular unpopular show ever made. Ongezellig or Unsociable is an animated series by Studio Massa, a Dutch animated studio run by one man. The show follows the adopted sisters Maya, Mimi and Coco in their everyday life. And probably the first thing that you may notice while watching the show is that this show is in Dutch. And that is probably the main reason why you've never heard of this show. Heck, I didn't even know about the show's existence until somebody made a video on it. And this is probably one of the biggest setbacks that this show has had. Because most web animations normally shy away from making them in their home language, in the fear of low viewership. And the fact that the show is voiced in the creator's language gives me massive respect for the guy. And even though I'm going to use the English dub for the show, I would really recommend you to watch the original version of the show. So the show starts with Maya watching some very advertiser-friendly content, until her sister Coco walks in on her. And here's where the show really surprised me. It's humor.
Who's your favorite painter? Hitler?
Most web animations don't have this style of humor, with it being highly referential to meme culture, with most pilots trying to appeal to bigger audiences and networks. But Unsociable does the opposite of that, with its humor and characters being kind of out there to the point that it's not very advertiser friendly. The best way I could describe the humor is to a Senor Pelo video if it was a little bit more relaxed. The show knows its audience and it knows what it wants. Heck, I was shocked to see the effect that this show had on people. Edits, fan art, fan animations, to even full-on games. Unsociable is one of those shows that has a very die-hard fandom that expands through the whole world, and the fact that this show doesn't have an episode over 1 million views makes it even more infuriating. But anyways, the show continues with Mai telling Maya that she's going to do the best darn history presentation in the world, that she ends up failing, and after threatening to do a school cast, she's incapacitated by the teacher. And by the way, the presentation was never supposed to be about history, and more about why she should be class representative. And Maya broke out to do her presentation, so it's Coco's turn, in which she talks about corn. And here's where the first episode ends. And to this point on is when the animation goes from good to amazing. Because if you have been paying attention, you've probably realized that animation is mostly composed of twins, with some frame-by-frame animations scattered throughout. But now all of the animation is frame by frame. But anyways, they have all been called into the teacher's office, in which we learn where the characters come from. Coco is from South Africa, Maya is from Belgium, and Mima is from
Amsterdam.
that is later revealed to be Nagasaki. And they're told to do a presentation about their respective countries of origin. But Mima keeps making up excuses.
They still have AIDS?
And they're told that the assignment is due tomorrow. And then we get this bizarre scene from Maya. It feels like everything that just happened was a blur. It looks like she's talking to other people, but then we snap back to reality. We cut back to the sisters working on their presentation, in which we get this scene.
I'm stuck in a concentration camp. I'm Maya and I'm Belgian.
How can Mai and I make sure that you won't be distracted for the next 2 hours?
And with that we can tell what makes the sisters so different, with Coco being more compassionate than Mai, and Maya being kind of a mess. And after a change of art styles, Maya gets back to work. Nah, just kidding, she was only playing online board games. And with time running out, Maya goes to ask help from her sisters. And after watching an extremely racist video by Mai, they get back to work.
Hey Maya, where do you sit during break?
And here's when we probably get the best scene out of the whole pilot. After Coco says the truth about Maya not having any friends, Maya feels so insulted that she says this.
Better to have no friends and no parents.
Damn! And then we get this scene in which Coco threatens Maya and doesn't let her go until she apologizes. This is the first real scene we get of Coco not really smiling. The smile that we see is just a facade, something that she uses to not show her feelings. And then we cut back to Maya about to, well,
Oh my god! Oh jeez! Oh my god! Oh,
but like before, it's just shown to be fake. Figment of her imagination. Then we're shown a montage of Maya and Coco's life, until we cut to,
What the fuck?
Then we see the perfect world for Maya, an island in the middle of nowhere, in which she doesn't have to go to school, doesn't have any chores, and doesn't have to be in contact with the outside world. And then Coco and Maya make up, and finally do their presentation.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Yes! Yes!
And that is the end of the pilot. And here comes my favorite pastime, complaining. How the fuck is this show so underrated? And also I wanted to give a huge shout out to Based President. Thanks to him I found out about the show and its fandom. And something that you may notice when you watch the original version of the show is this final blog post, in which the creator talks about his frustrations with the show and everything around it. But anyways, the only thing I have to tell you is to watch the show for yourself, because my explanation will not do it justice. And also remember to subscribe to Studio Masa. The fact that they only have a few thousand subscribers is a crime in and of itself. And also special thanks to Sneeze the Sea for making the full English dub of the show. All the creators will be linked down in the comments. And with no further ado, this has been Sunday. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, and see you in the next one.
Ọlọ́run ìgbàlà mo sádìọ́ Ọlọ́run ìwò mo dá.